So crank this radio show up and take some notes. Get involved. We're happy you're here. It's the Alberta51podcast.com. You can listen on demand. Greg Meekin is going to, I'm just going to let you cut loose, Greg, and just share what's on your heart this morning. Wherever you want to go, take the floor.
Cut me loose? Goodness, I'll tell you what, I haven't done that in so many years, Val. I'm a really well-behaved guy, and I don't play sports anymore, so I don't cut loose, okay? I'm thinking of maybe taking up pickleball really slowly because now I have my hip replaced, but that's about it. But to cut me loose, if you don't mind, I'll take some time. Is my sound okay here? Seriously? Does it still sound tinny and stuff? Or
no,
I'm very
it's perfect.
about that. It's okay.
You're good.
If it's okay, I'll just ask permission to take the floor as you've granted already. But because I'll be going over the numbers. I'll be going over some ideas and stuff. But just give me license here, all the listeners out there. As I'm just going to pick up my legal pad right now, and I'm going to give you.
It's all yours.
I'm. You know when you hear people, Val, that are called close to the vest.
Yes.
Have you ever met anyone more close to the vest than Greg Meekin?
No, it's scary. And you deliver. Like if I doubt you, you've had people call me on my cell phone, and I'm don't know what to say because you deliver.
Under promise and over deliver. That's the Toyota way. Under promise and over deliver. And it's amazing what happens. Again, I might run off on tangents or have to jump branches here, but I'm just going to chat a little bit. And yes, I'm going to go over the numbers. I'm going to go over, as a matter of fact, I have a legal pad in front of me. That's the yellow ones. Do you know have you ever heard of a legal pad before, Val?
That's the one the lawyers use, the yellow one, the official legal pad. Right. So you're talking, this is the official legal pad you're reading off of.
Right. And a lot of young people, there are two generations down there that don't know what a legal pad is. So I was just checking with you. And then, usually I work with the little legal pads, the smaller ones?
Yeah.
Those are more user friendly, but are those now called illegal pads or something? What? So anyhow, I got my yellow, and this is the way we used to do business in the 80s and 90s. We were business guys, and we wanted to simply find out what the truth of a situation. The truth, the numbers don't lie, and quote, what do we do from here? What do we do from here? And that's the way I approached it. It sounds cliche, but I approached it as a CEO who's looking to invest in a company. CEOs and anyone who does due diligence, called due diligence when you research a company, they're not concerned about the politics, what people say, what the conversations are back and forth, who's arguing on Facebook. They want to know, what are the numbers? Is this a good business or not? In Las Vegas, you handicap things, which is this turned out to be more of a handicapping situation, which I'll talk about in this situation, where you simply say, okay, if I had a great big barrel full of money, and I went to Las Vegas, would I put it on this number or not? Yes or no? Once you get to commitment on people's part, or as I say, money changing hands, lifting a finger, that's where most, quote, deals stop, right? And so I approach this very much like I would put my reputation on it, and yes, my money on it.
Wow.
So that's how and that's the way, if you ever watch an episode of Shark Tank, or up there, I think it's Dragon's Den.
Right.
That's what they do. But what's the truth? What's the truth? So I'm just going to ramble a little bit with that preamble. I'll now ramble a little bit, if that's okay. I'll put on my old guy glasses here. I'm just going to ramble a little bit because I'm going to give some really important factors that we use. All CEOs use factors, meaning situation, how we're approaching this. And I'll just go off the top of my head here. The no's you mentioned earlier, no's did not participate, Val. And there were just a handful, Val.
Wow, there really wasn't any then.
The lift a finger pioneer folks who jumped in, and voted and stuff. For the longest time, it was 97% yes, 96, 97, and 2% undecided, 1% no. I mean, he's one of those. And the one common denominator I found, and I apologize to you no's out there, I just found them angry.
Mm-hmm.
Even giving smart remarks on the comments section, like, you don't need my phone number, you know what? But it only came from the no's, Val. So
Kind of aggressive a little bit.
I think that's a secret from the inside right there, Val. Okay, this is really, really important. I want to tell people up front who was excluded from the poll numbers. I want to start with that. Who's excluded? And because this became less of a referendum and more of a yes petition. It was a yes vote show, right?
The yes vote show. I like it. I love it.
Okay, how do I corral this? Well, you know, the polling process, and I'm saying polling process, it took a really nice evolution, probably at one or two different pivots completely. I didn't realize this was a citizens' initiative, not a referendum. Referendum involves both sides of the aisle. We didn't see any side of the aisle here, Val.
Wow.
So what I did is I took the bull by the horns on this. You'll be able to attest to this inside, a secret from the inside, as will the Gordon Kesslers of the world. And I have a few other consultants I use while I work through these numbers, because I wanted to be right. I really wanted to be right. And so here's who I've excluded. If anyone has any notepads out there, you might want to get your pen handy on this one. Here's who excluded. Are you sitting down, Val?
Yes, I'm down.
Okay. I've excluded any votes from the NDP. 0 votes.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I have excluded the Green Party. I'm counting it as 0 votes just to be on the safe side. I didn't even want to go 1 or 2%. I want to be on the safe side. So that's 0. Okay.
Yeah.
So 0 NDP, 0 Green, 0 Solidarity, 0 Reform. But but one that was included was the best 377 no's I ever received. And that was from the Communist Party in Alberta. And they had, what I love about, and again, I just want to find out the other point of view. I don't need to fight or argue with anybody over things that we're not going to change. So I like to pick people's mind, and you know this, Val. And I was actually, I'm not going to say impressed. How can you be impressed about communists? But they said who they are. They do what they say. They're angry at the United States, so they were a pure no, 100% no. I'm going, cool. At least I have some no's now, right? 377 no's. The United States is an awful place because it's capitalism. And the thing I took from it is Canada is also an awful place because it's not communist enough. So I'm going, cool. I wanted that point of view. I'm so proud of my communists because they told the truth to me.
Can I just ask a question about that? So you spoke to the Communist Party leader, or did you speak to all of the Communist Party members?
Yeah. Sadly, in order to get to 2.8 million registered voters in Alberta, I couldn't talk one-on-one to all 2.8 million. In this case, I go to the top in life. There are two wonderful gals there, and I spoke to, it's public record, I spoke to Naomi, leader of the Communist Party. Communist Party. And it was a nice chat. And we shook hands and went away friends. So
what I find interesting about that is that just puts exactly what communism is all about. Notice that the leader decides your fate. So if you were a communist, you look to the leader to tell you what your lot in life is going to be. So that's interesting. Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I love long form radio because that was one of the most interesting conversations I had, because I've said, Of all the examples out there, including all the socialist parties, I think there's something like 32 third parties down in the United States. Many of them socialist, though. Socialist slash communist slash Marxism, whatever. It's the same thing to me. I'm
Yep.
from Quebec. Okay, so it's the same thing to me. And the one common denominator I see is they don't have any answers, and they don't know how to fund anything. Because my question was, okay, of all the communist slash socialist countries in the world, the Venezuelas, the happy Russias, the whatever, which one would you model yourself after, and whatever? And not one has succeeded. I exclude Russia here, but the Venezuelas and stuff. Not one true communist model has succeeded. So what makes you different? Right? Standard question. And the answer always seems to be, I think, is, well, they haven't done it our way yet. They haven't done it our way yet. Like that one person. And I'm saying, I've heard this for 40 years in the U.S. press from liberals. Well, they haven't done it our way yet. So I'm going, okay, fine. But bottom line, so what do we do now? And what they do is complain about Canada until Canada becomes communist enough. But apparently it's on the right track of communism, because they choose staying in Canada before going into the United States. Again, it taught me a lot. I just want to learn every day, and it taught me a lot. And I respect them. I respect anyone out there who just tells the truth and is willing to shake hands and go away, friends. So I went on a communism roll there, but a couple of quick intros, and I'm going to go straight to the number. The caveat I now would put right now, for anyone who chooses to vote, whether it's in any, by the way, there were 2 additional quote polls going on simultaneous to mine that started after mine. And so the numbers kind of are quote skewed, if you will, because the movement's happening, but it's not quite organized in some ways. But